We've been battling a bit of a right miss here. So it's going a bit right and we're catching a lot of ground early shots. So note on the left here how the shaft of the club kind of sits pointing up at our belly button. Now on the right towards the end, we've got it pointing more at our belt buckle. This is much more appropriate on the right. This is going to help us hit it a bit more at the left. Now, it's in a very different spot in the hand. So it sits in a completely different area of the hand. So on the left here, the club grip almost sits really high in the palm, whereas on the right, it sits much lower in the fingers. If you look from the face on, so on the left is before and the right is after, notice how different the hands look. So you'll see in the left here, where it's really high in the palm, the kind of hand is rotated around this way. Whereas on the right, it's a little bit more in the fingers. There's a bit of shaft lean now in the shaft rather than being straight up and down. And we can see a few more knuckles on the hand. This is really quite good. Club here is going to sit from the middle of our left forefinger to the base of the pinky. So it sits kind of across the hand rather than up in the palm here. In addition to the grip stuff, we've also done some work to get a bit more depth to the hands. So as a general reference, we want the hands to work on this green line that I've just dropped on there. And you'll see how at the top, they're a bit this way. So for us to do this, we need a bit more depth to the pivot, a bit more round, and we need to get the arms kind of working a bit more across the body. So if you look on the left here, I've given you a drill where we tuck a towel underneath our armpits from behind. And all we're going to try and do is keep that towel in our armpits. Now, if we look there, you'll notice you're doing a wonderful job of creating that depth we've just spoken about. So the arms are much more around you. Now, this is important because now the club is going to work more from in here versus out this way. So if you're watching the downswing before, the club's right in front of you, extremely difficult to strike it well from here. Whereas on the left here, look at how the club kind of falls underneath you more. It falls underneath and behind you. This is lovely. Really quite appropriate. So if I just time those up for a second there, let's throw away all the lines and just watch that motion. So there's a bit more depth to it. There's more of a turn. The arms are lower and then they're more in and around us. This is really quite good and